From Chicago's famed Lincoln Park Zoo, here is Marlin Perkins with today's adventure in Amazonia.
Hello. Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. This is a half-grown capybara, largest rodent in the world, and he's native to Amazonia, that huge tropical rainforest that's drained by the Amazon River system. Most of this country is impenetrable. The jungle itself is full of mysteries and riddles, and perhaps that's the reason why it exerts such a strong pull on men who like adventure.
Well, I think most men would agree that the rainforest is a real gold mine of new discoveries.
Yeah, I think so. Both Jim and I have led expeditions into Amazonia to try to find the answers to some of these riddles. On one of my expeditions, we had our base camp at Leticia, or near Leticia, a village 2,000 miles from the mouth of the Amazon River at a point where Peru, Brazil, and Colombia meet. To get there, we flew 650 miles across uncharted wilderness. No emergency landing fields here. Nothing but a dense green earth carpet cut by brown ribbons of rivers. First, the great tributaries of the Amazon, then the mighty Amazon itself, which the Spaniards called the Sea River. For 3 hours, we'd seen no mark of civilization until a lone runway stood out, an island of asphalt in a jungle sea. Leticia was truly the end of the line, the fringe of civilization. With me on this trip were my old friends Ross Allen and Jim Hurlbut.
This is a sloth we found in a tree at the lodge. It's a fairly low tree, so we got a pretty good view of him. This is his normal posture. They sleep almost all the time.
It is. Now it's maybe resting, try to dry out from the rain. That's a male. You see the orange? That's how we recognize which one is male or female. And the females wear bikinis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they three-toed or are they two-toed?
Three.
They're three.
This sloth is moving feverishly through the tree in order to feed as rapidly as it possibly can. This tree is very high up, and the sloth is very exposed. A primary predator of sloths are eagles. As a matter of fact, this one is probably going to be bird food if it stays in an exposed position. Since sloths are relatively hard to see because they are normally very far away from the camera, I have gone to what amounts to a roadside park, the sort of thing that used to be in the United States 50 years ago. And these animals are used to being handled, used to being close to people, and so we can get fairly good pictures of them. These two sloths happen to be Mom and her baby, and Mom thinks I'm too close to the baby, and so she's trying to defend it a little bit. Notice that the neck of the sloth is very long and it's very mobile. The sloth can turn its head up to 270 degrees. Almost all mammals have seven vertebrae in their neck. A mouse has seven vertebrae, a human has seven vertebrae, and a giraffe has seven vertebrae. But a sloth has nine. Manatees also have an odd number of vertebrae in their neck, and no one is too sure just exactly why these vertebrae numbers are different. The sloth gets those two extra vertebrae by using two vertebrae that would normally be supporting ribs. In any event, it's those two extra neck vertebrae that give the sloth the appearance of being somewhat like E.T., at least for as far as the head and neck is concerned. Sloths normally hang upside down. That is, their muscles are completely relaxed when they're hanging from a tree or something. As a matter of fact, they can sleep up in the tree completely relaxed and still be securely attached to the tree. And there are stories about dead sloths that were still hanging to the tree using basically the same relaxed mechanism. Next, we have some other interesting sloth facts. Sloths have very regular and slow metabolism. They eat leaves, and that probably contributes to that slowness. But they are quite regular. Once a week, the sloth will descend from the trees, where it's protected from most of the predators except for eagles, and it will descend to the ground to go to the toilet. It does that as quickly as it can and gets back into the tree as rapidly as it can because the tree is a safe place for it.
Only this kind of climate could support an animal such as a sloth. As dim-witted as it is slow, the sloth spends its entire life in trees, preferably in these cecropia trees. He lives in one tree until it's stripped of leaves, then hobbles on over to another one. Since he's so awkward on land, men have long wondered how he does in the water. It's one of the minor mysteries of the jungle. Surprise becomes the order of the day on the Amazon. Quite by accident, we found the answer to the question of whether sloths can swim. Not too well, as you can see, but still they get around better in the water than they do on the ground.
Giant otters are like any other otters. They're a lot of fun to watch. The primary difference is giant otters are about 6 feet long, including the tail. While looking for the river wolves and not finding them, we did run into some other animals. This one up in the tree, in the hole of a tree, is a yellow-crowned, bush-tailed rat. The locals sometimes call it a window rat. And that's because although it's nocturnal, it almost always has its head poking out of the hole during the day to see what's going on. It likes to keep track of what's going on in the neighborhood. It's part of the neighborhood watch. One of these that we saw was actually a female. We know that because she had a baby there in the hole with her. But as soon as she saw us, she told the kid to go inside because there were dangerous predators about, and she didn't want the kid to be exposed to any trouble.